got it implemented using Google SMTP server. We have a logging and reporting viewer that is embedded in our user interface. And our application sends buying and selling signals to MetaTrader 5 on automatic basis, which means it decides by itself whether to buy or sell. These are platforms/technology that we use. MetaTrader 5, you can download it off of the internet. Visual Studio 2010, Access Database, Windows Registry, Windows Services, MetaCode Language 5, that's a programming language that supports MetaTrader 5. Windows Forms for user interface, we use .NET C# technology, SMTP server from google.com, and we use flat text files to communicate back and forth between MetaTrader and our application. This is a quick diagram, data flow that occurs in our software. Basically, we're grabbing price updates from MetaTrader 5. We're storing them into flat file, and we're using web services to grab the data from a file and populate Access Database with that data. On the right, you see main application, which is our user interface. We allow user to modify parameters that are used for trading, moving averages 1, 2, and 3, and store it in Windows Registry. From Access Database and Windows Registry, we grab the data all together using Windows Service-driven application. Determine whether the condition to buy or sell is met, and send signals back through the flat file to MetaTrader 5, and at the same time sends confirmation email to the user that is specified in our user interface. The software is very simple to execute and run. Initial setup takes literally a couple minutes, and you just have to restart your computer or just go to services and manually start services. They're set to be automatic, so every time you restart your computer, it's going to automatically start for you. This is the output sample for the report viewer. It tells you what type of execution it was, date, value, open price, and 2 parameters, stop loss and take profit. I don't want to go too much into details for fiscal stuff. You can always do some searching about it. That's a logging viewer that tells us what were the moving average parameters, what date, and also at the bottom there's a sample of email that it sends to the user as a notification. Let's do demo of the software before any questions. It's going to be, should be a quick one. So this is MetaTrader 5. It has a lot of functionality. One of it is an expert advisor, and this project right here is our written project in MetaCode language. All you have to do is just drag and drop to the chart, select Allow Trade Auto Trading, and click OK. And you see project appears in here. It's expert advisor, and auto trading is enabled. You can disable it or enable it. I'm gonna take that guy down. One thing that I want to note is trading platforms works Monday through Friday. So if you want to execute trade, it won't allow you to do that because trading is disabled on weekends, at least on this platform.
Is this a third-party platform?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they're fully functional. You can have real accounts as well as demo accounts. This is a demo account that we use for it. And just to prove that we wrote something for it, we have our own tick method. So basically on every move of chart, there's a bunch of statements that being executed that does a trading for us. Trade that position open, we provide simple order type. I believe this is value. Current tick, you want to do the bidding price for it. Stop loss, take profit, and a comment for it. And if the trade succeeded, which won't at this time because it's Saturday, you get some variables off of the trade and send them into report.txt file, which is going to be grabbed from our application. And let's look at the application, how it looks. We have an AutoTrade folder in here, and we installed AutoTrade service, which starts automatically every time you restart your computer. And our final project is set to be run as administrator always, because we require access to the registries. You can modify your parameter moving average 1, 2, and 3. Let's say I'm going to switch it to 9, 15, and 25. And every time you run it back, it shows up with the proper parameters. And to prove that it's not pre-stored somewhere in a file, they're all in here in Windows Registry. Moving average 1, 2, and 3, which is 9, 15, and 25, what I just switched to. And we have one more flag, if it has open trade, which means we only allow one trade at a time. And if the trade is currently open, the trading is black. It won't allow it unless the trade ends, hits the stop loss or take profit, and then we can trade again. We also store email information, flag if we can use email notification, and email to, it's set to my Hotmail account. So the email setting we can turn on and off, email notification, and we can send test email, and we can prove that that works too. That's a MetaTrader making all that noise. I'm gonna send test email, SMTP server test email. And it shows up here in an HTML format, SMTP server test email. So every time we execute trade, I'm going to receive email on my inbox that the trade was just executed. We can view logs. We open 2 positions before based on following moving averages, and those moving averages are also here in the description. And we have a report viewer. I populated most of it myself. I didn't do as many trades. But there's a short position, which is selling, and long position, which is buying, with date, volume, price open, stop loss, and take profit.
Do you have daily returns in there so you can just see like the last 20 years what's happening?
No, we don't do any filtering for that.
Okay. You got the trade.
But they're ordered by date, so you can just look at the top ones that you're interested in.
So you enter the trade in using your service, or you actually do it in MetaTrade? Where do you enter the trade?
I enter the trade in here. Trade that position open, which is the library that is included in MQ05. So MetaTrader I send signal trading to MetaTrader 5 server, and they do it for me. Because we need a broker between us and stock market.
So you can program, you're programming C# inside MetaTrader, correct?
No, this is MQ05 language, which is C++ based. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's very similar. And it's not, well, it is object-oriented to some extent, but as you notice, it's more of a method-oriented.
Yeah.
But all the include statements, everything looks very similar. It's
Yeah, I just didn't know if maybe MetaTrader was offering like an internal.
Yeah,
Editor.
yeah, that's their programming language.
Right, okay.
That's their platform that they allow us to do
Gotcha.
programming in.
Cool. Yeah.
So the feature that you said your application modifies the registry, right?
Yes.
On Windows. Did you actually analyze it from a security perspective? Does it not take risk that the host system changes the registry? Because the registry is
We're raising on Windows security because we don't point specifically what registry we want to modify. We just point based on privileges that you have. If you don't have privileges, to modify and install on local machine software node 6432, if I'm not mistaken. It's in local machine software.
you have a particular tree for your
Yes, but this tree is determined by Windows security, not by me. So if you don't have permission, it's gonna put you in a temporary location, which is gonna be flashed every time you restart your Windows. So we're basing on Windows security in this case. That's why I need administrative privileges to access registry.
All right, any other questions for the team? No? All right, thank you guys.